A Cultural Heritage from Past to the Future, Yavuz Selim Primary School by Bahar Küçük Karakas and Zeynep Sadiklar. Historical buildings reflect the cultural values, economic and social levels of societies from past to the present and create a link between the past and the future. These structures contribute to the identity and character information of the place they belong to. For this reason, preserving, refunctioning, and transferring historical buildings to the future generations becomes important. Buildings in the built environment, which are representative of the period in which they were built, transfer their value from past to the present, while also contributing to social sustainability with their current use obtained through refunction. On the other hand, the contribution of utilizing the existing building stock instead of building new buildings to energy and resource conservation is undeniable. In cultural terms, heritage is everything that comes out of the society in which it is located and is deemed worthy of being passed on to the future. Cultural heritage includes elements such as monuments, artifacts, folklore, and traditional activities that need to be preserved for the future generations. Cultural heritage can be divided into two main parts: tangible and intangible heritage. Intangible heritage cannot be touched but revealed through various activities like music, oral traditions, or folkloric dances. Tangible heritage represents built or physical things or artifacts that reflect the history and culture of the country. For example, porcelain wares, manuscripts, statues, mosques, churches, or theaters. Here the material and the method of the study is mentioned. This study was designed to answer two questions about the local cultural heritage value of the Yavuz Selim Primary School building. The material of the study are the books, interviews with the experts, the research report prepared by an architectural firm, and the various visuals such as plans or photographs. The case study approach is followed as the method of the study. Trabzon is a city in the northeast of Turkey on the Black Sea coast. It has a very dynamic historical past. As the information gathered from Trabzon City Museum, in its earliest known history, Trabzon hosted Turani tribes coming from Central Asia and the Caucasus. They came under the rule of many tribes and became a cultural mosaic. The Pontus Empire of Trabzon ruled until the conquest of Mehmed the Conqueror in 1461. Before the Pontus, Turani tribes, Hittites, Ionian or Gelatians, Persians and Romans diversified the administrative structure, which changed hands and architectural pattern of the city. The city, which came under the rule of Ottomans, was rebuilt with Ottoman structures. Trabzon first became a sanjak and then it merged with Batumi sanjak and became a province. Yavuz Selim served here for 21 years during his princedom. The name of Yavuz Sultan Selim, an important actor in the history of the city, was given to the city's buildings such as streets and schools after the establishment of the Republic. Many structures that have survived to our day have been preserved and refunctioned. Thus, the cultural continuity of the city is maintained. Some buildings reflecting the local identity and culture in Trabzon city center are shown on the map. The Yavuz Selim Primary School building is a significant landmark contributing to the local identity of Trabzon. Situated in the Gazi Pasha neighborhood, it is very close to Trabzon City Square and easily accessible due to its location on one of the city's main transportation arteries. The northern facade of the building faces Yavuz Selim Boulevard, enhancing its prominence. This three-story building has its main entrance on the east side, accessible via Taksim Street. The Yavuz Selim Primary School building is a significant educational landmark in the city of Trabzon, located in the Ortahisar district within the Gazi Pasha neighborhood. This building, which has been non-monumental in its registration status, serves an important role in the local community. Originally constructed during the Ottoman era in the years 1903 to 1904, it is currently owned by the Ministry of National Education. The school was built using masonry construction practices, incorporating both stone and wood materials. Its original function was to serve as a school until 2017. Today, the building is under restoration process. Throughout its history, the Yavuz Selim Primary School has been known by various names, including the School of Sirs, Hazelnut Factory, and New School, before finally being recognized as the Yavuz Selim Primary School. Despite its non-monumental status, this building remains a vital part of Trabzon's educational landscape and local identity. The school was established by French Catholics in 1903, and under its roof orphan girls were educated according to French and Christian culture. The school, which remained under the management of the French sirs until 1914, was closed with the outbreak of the First World War and was used as a hospital for the treatment of soldiers for 2 years between 1914 and 1916. After the Russian occupied Trabzon in 1916, the school was opened again by the Sirs. After Trabzon was liberated from the Russian occupation in 1918, the school was closed, and the school building was used as a hospital again between 1918 and 1921. The building was not used until 1930. And between 1930 and 1935, it was rented to a German company named Pepe Daniel to found a hazelnut factory. The stone building, consisting of 3 floors above the ground floor, was condemned by the Turkish government in 1935, underwent significant repairs, and was converted into a primary school building. It was opened as the 11th primary school in Trabzon under the name New School in the 1935-1936 school year. The name of the school was changed to Yavuz Selim Primary School in 1975. Since 2017, the restoration process begins. The school continues education at a different school building. Although the exterior of the building has been exposed to various interventions over time, the building generally reflects its historical value and quality. All facades of the building are enlivened with horizontal and vertical moldings. Particularly noteworthy are the corner and window moldings made of cut stone, reminiscent of those used in traditional Trabzon houses. The door and window openings of the building facade feature flat arches, with the keystones prominently highlighted. This architectural detail is characteristic of non-Muslim building examples commonly found in Trabzon city architecture. Additionally, the use of the triangular pediment can be observed. When the building was used as a school for nuns, it featured shutter system on the windows, with metal railings behind the wooden shutters on the ground floor. This indicates that various precautions were taken to ensure both security and privacy. On the eastern facade, which is the most striking part of the building, the floor moldings vertically emphasize the triangle pediment that defines the entrance. This entrance door, highlighted by the triangular pediment, is accentuated by a staircase with access from 2 directions. The triangular pediment on the entrance facade features a single window with round arches and ornamentation, setting it apart from the lower arched windows found through the building. This curved ornamental details reflects traces of Art Nouveau, a prominent movement of the period. The main facade of the building possesses a symmetrical design. The mentioned facade character can also be observed in other contemporary educational buildings. For example, it shows similarities with the building used as Kanuni Anatolian High School in terms of triangular pediment, window jambs, symmetrical facade characteristics, horizontal and vertical movements. As it is frequently observed in the urban texture of Trabzon, window jambs are made of stone material, framing the window openings and protruding from the facade. The use of French balcony doorways in the right section of the building's western facade highlights a French cultural influence. The windows lighting the staircase platforms are of different sizes compared to those in other areas, making the circulation areas distinguishable from the rest of the facade. Prominent horizontal moldings can also be seen on the facade of the building. The main walls of the building were constructed with raw hewn stone. The circular window openings on the north and south facades are common features in historical buildings in the city of Trabzon. The building features original stone wall niches with wooden lintels. The construction also incorporates a Baghdadi ceiling, a technique common during the period. Jack arch was utilized on the ground floor, as shown in the photograph from the basement floor, which captures the underside of a jack arch. After plaster scraping and cleaning on the ground floor of the building, the original cement tile floor was revealed. Cement tile flooring is also found in other historical buildings constructed at the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century in Trabzon. On the ground floor, a uniquely decorated terrazzo floor featuring an 8-pointed star motif was discovered. This design, incorporating cement tiles, represents the start of Bethlehem, which symbolizes the birth of Jesus in Christianity. It's noteworthy that the cement tile flooring found in one room of the building is identical in color and form to the floor covering of today's Kanuni Anatolian High School, which has been used as a school since the end of the 19th century. The stairs of the building are covered with terrazzo. The railings are made of cast iron, while the handrails are wooden. The Yavuz Selim Primary School building exhibits a similar architectural language to its contemporaries, serving as an example of formal typology from the same period. Additionally, it provides significant references regarding the construction language and techniques of its era. It is important to note that this school, with its French origins, represents an example of international cultural heritage. The building exemplifies cultural fusion through its facade characteristics, floor coverings, original niches, windows with French balconies, original windows illuminating the stairwell, and emphasizes entrance facade with a triangular pediment, floor moldings, and round window spaces, which are common in Trabzon city architecture. Therefore, preserving the building in its original state and repurposing it is crucial to maintaining its originality for many years to come. In this context, it is proposed to repurpose the building as an educational museum. When transformed into an educational museum, the building can host various educational activities in addition to its museum function. Preserving the building as an educational museum could attract more visitors and provide better protection for special features such as the original mosaics and cement tiles on the floors. Given the building's significant contribution to the educational history of the city, it is recommended that the Yavuz Selim Primary School building be transformed into a Trabzon Education History Museum while remaining faithful to its original function.